Hello and welcome to Colour Alchemy. I'm Led Sharp, and this was going to be a short video about how and why I got into comics and what they mean to me, but I decided to make that video on the day that Putin decided to show the world he was its biggest supervillain. My heart and thoughts and feelings go out to the Ukrainian people, and I sincerely hope they can make it through this crisis, and I really hope that Putin gets his comeuppance. But my silly little video about comics didn't really seem worth doing. But I did give myself a spiritual slap across the face and told myself not to give in to the negativity. Your video may not mean anything in the great scheme of things. It's certainly not going to directly help the Ukrainian people in any way, shape or form, but I can at least express my support for them on it. Making it pumps dopamine, serotonin and endorphins into my brain, makes me feel better, makes me want to go out and help people, and if it does the same to you, then even better. Now, the reason I feel this way, believe it or not, is because of comics. So my video today is going to be about my experience at a comic mart that I had this morning, which was one of the most uplifting experiences I've ever had in comics, weirdly. Now, usually comic marts at the Liner are small, grotty, the same traders turn up, it's very overpriced, only about 3/4 of the hall is full, and it's a very small hall. But the last one I went to, post-COVID, there were new traders, the hall was full. There were a lot of different people there, and I was like, this is refreshing. So I went to this one in an attempt to feel better about the industry, and I did what I usually do. I went in and it was full again, and there was a wide range of different people, and I usually do like A circuit, spotting bins that I want to go back to, maybe if I see anything that I might need, or little things that, you know, I'll get that if I don't find anything else, or that sort of thing. As I did that though, people were having conversations about geek culture and comics in the industry and creating them, and it was uplifting. I felt enriched by the experience. You could hear people saying, oh yeah, and they cancelled that series and Swamp Thing was really good and I hope they bring it back, and really, I mean, that's a very basic one, but it was really positive. It was really sort of not the usual, oh god, they changed Spider-Man with costume again, isn't it just SJW nonsense, which is honestly, that's the kind of nonsense that you usually get at these marts, and it drives me up the wall. But these were genuine, sort of, not necessarily deep, but fun conversations about things that they enjoyed and wished they hadn't been cancelled, and it was nice. People were having a geeky time and it was fun. I stopped off at a stall, and the trader had sold me issue 10 of Marvel Superheroes, which is one of the issues that finishes off the Miss Marvel run, and I knew he wouldn't have any more of them, but he might have something else. And I did find in his bins this, which is a Marvel 2-in-1, Thing and the Invisible Girl, but it's an early appearance of Spider-Woman, and I adore Spider-Woman, and I'm collecting as many of her appearances as I can. I'm never going to get a first one, which was Showcase, because it's anywhere up from £150 to £300 depending on condition, but I was made up to get that. Anyway, that was £6. I'm happy about that. And I did see a bin full of trade paperbacks, so I thought I'll have a rummage through that, and I found a packet of 4 trades of the old Wildstorm series Planetary by Warren Ellis, and I've got the first 3 and the DC special, and I've been looking for part 4 everywhere, and it costs a small fortune on Amazon. So I was like, I can buy all 4 parts for 18 quid, leaving me with 3 parts I don't know what to do with, or I'll ask him if he's got any spare. Have you got any of these loose? And he goes, no mate, I'm sorry, they come as a packet. Why is it only book 4 that you're after? And I said, yeah. It says, there, I'll just take it. What? Get it out, you can have it. I'll, you know, pay for it. But I was like, are you sure? Because it's a full set. Yeah, don't worry about it. If it was like number 2, it would be more awkward to resale the first 3, but it's book 4, you're fine, go for it. Are you sure? 4 quid? He sold it to me for £4. I can now finish reading this and I can do a review of it, and I'm so happy and incredibly grateful, and this video is dedicated to you, mate. Thank you so much. You made my day, collecting wise especially. So yeah, that was wonderful. Stall next to him I found It's a Good Life If You Don't Weaken by Seth. I've got Wimbledon Green and that was wonderful, so I thought I'm going to get this because it's considered a bit of a classic. So I'm looking forward to that. It increases my indie cred, which is something I always enjoy doing. I also carried on going round, and there was a young lady rummaging through the boxes, and she got a phone out. I'm like, you keep your list on your phone? And she went, yeah. I'm like, that is brilliant, because I don't see that happen anymore. It's like everybody's still got their grotty bits of paper. I used to do that, but when I found out that I could do it on my phone, it's so much easier. It's like, yeah, because I've got all these, and we just had a little natter, and it was lovely. And I told her about a comic shop in Manchester that doesn't like you getting your phone out in its shop. I actually had to go out because I wanted to look at my wants list, because he didn't seem to appreciate that there might be stuff that he had that I wanted to buy. That's a story for another day. There was another guy buying X-Force comics, getting them all out, the early ones, the original volume of X-Force, just digging them out. And I was like, are you buying X-Force comics? He said, yeah, they're great. And I'm like, I've just completed my run of X-Force comics. They're brilliant. Do you know what I mean? There was this connection. I felt connected to not just the comic industry, but the comic fandom for the first time in a long time, and it was wonderful. There was one guy that I shared a second name with that was weird, because I overheard him say his second name, and I was like, that's my second name. That's your second name. That's my second name. And we just little stupid connections, and I wound up getting from that specific stall that he was at, Thor issue 197 for £3. I've been trying to collect them from issue 200 onwards, but I have got a few from before that, and I might have to go back to like 150 or something, because I'm finding it quite easy to find. But yeah, that used to be 6p. 6p. Ugh. But everybody was in such a happy mood. Everybody was so upbeat, and it felt like it was in the face of adversity rather than cynicism or being blind to it. I hope that makes sense. I think it does. But yeah, it felt positive. It felt like, no, we're going to win this one. Enough's enough. We've had enough now. We've been through COVID. We've got an idiot government, but no, enough's enough. We're going to prove that negativity isn't going to win. And that's how it felt. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I'm proving that negativity can't win. I went to my local comic shop and I picked up Part 4 of God of Hammers, which I need to read, and I probably will do a review of that as well, because I love me Thor, and Donny Coates' run on it has been exceptional, and that's got a bunch of characters in it that I adore. And I need to read that. That's going to be so good. Oh, it's been a fantastic storyline. I genuinely didn't know how Donny Coates was going to follow up Jason Aaron's run on Thor, but he's knocked it out of the park. He really has. And eventually I will be able to read all of this, but that's part 9 of Blade Runner Origins. I haven't been reading it because I'm saving it up, but it's proved to be an absolutely excellent series in the past, and I'm looking forward to just reading it all in one go. So I've had a really, really positive experience, and that's in light of all the horror in the world. And I know that making a silly little video about comics is not going to make that horror go away, but if I can make you feel better by imparting some of my positivity to you through this video, my enthusiasm about comics might get you enthusiastic about, I don't know what you like, baking cakes or needlework or something, or anything, making computers, then great. I hope I have a positive impact on you, the same way that my day had a positive impact on me. Take strength from that, and don't let the bad guys win. My thoughts and feelings go out to Ukraine. Their suffering is 1,000 times worse than anything I could even imagine. But they are not letting it get to them. They're fighting back. They're proving that life, to quote Jeff Goldblum, finds a way. Not only are my thoughts and feelings with them, but they are an inspiration, and I admire everything about them. So take care and have fun reading comics.